My fellow Americans, I address you today under a veil of events that can only be described as overtly political and profoundly biased. Let's cast our gaze upon the recent indictment, like 5 minutes ago, of Donald Trump. Donald J. Trump indicted again. Now, I'm a fervent advocate for justice and upholding the law and respecting our constitutional democratic process. But today's charges have got at least raised one eyebrow on what is going on around here. Less than 24 hours ago, the polls showed that Trump caught up with Biden, even after he was accused of treason and Russian collusion and indicted and impeached twice and all this stuff. Now they indict him again. Come on, Americans got to see through this at this point. They got to. I mean, are we witnessing the pursuit of justice or a politicized attack to tarnish a man's legacy and manipulate the course of the 2024 elections? That the whole thing they're saying is January 6th, Trump influenced the elections. Hello, indicting somebody influences elections, do it right after the polling numbers get caught up with you. It's blatant political witch hunt stuff in reverse. Whatever they're doing, they're accusing Trump of doing the same thing. Biden is on a witch hunt or a warlock hunt or whatever hunt he thinks it is. Man alive. Look for the horns, not the halo. You'll see them. Oh, man alive. If people would only have the halos or the horns, it'd be so much easier for us to see. But let's dig a little deeper here. Yesterday, the poll numbers rolled out showing an astonishing tie. After all the noise and the media campaigns and all the ruckus and pucks, all that stuff, I mean, the bottom line is they were tied. Biden hides in his basement. Trump is out there getting indicted, and they're still tied. I mean, if they had ever stopped persecuting the man, Trump would win in a cakewalk. Well, I'm telling you right now, I'm going to predict his poll numbers go up. My friend Craig said they will, so that settles it. Ladies and gentlemen, we must not be blind to the orchestrated attempts to manipulate the political landscape. I remember when I was in high school, tried out for the Music Man. They were saying, either you're unaware of the situation you do not wish to acknowledge, you're unaware of the caliber of disaster indicated by the presence of a pooled people in your community. You got trouble with a capital T, and that rhymes with P, and that stands for pool. I'm telling you, indictment starts with I, and is a second letter of Biden's name. Therefore, Biden did it. That logic doesn't make any more sense than indicting a person for the third or fourth or fifth time. I mean, it's like counting hairs in your knuckles. It's like trying the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. They keep doing it, and the Teflon Don stays ahead. Now, Trump's rising popularity presents a threat, obviously, and the politically motivated indictment is an attempt to halt this momentum. Now, it's going to backfire. American people are going to see through this thin, sheer veneer of justice or injustice. I mean, Biden has what we call the Injustice Department. He controls it. The FBI, the CIA, you name it. He's abusing it. No, everybody accused Trump of being an abuser or a control freak or a warmonger. He never started a war. He gets out of engagements. Obama got in 4 or 5 wars and won the Peace Prize. It's such a double standard. It's incredible. If it weren't for standards, double standards, there'd be none at all. So the American people will see through this. Let's look at the charges. Trump has been indicted on 4 federal charges of stemming from the investigation into the Capitol riot on January 6th, 2021. I'll tell you, Trump is guilty. He is guilty. He's guilty of being alive, taking nourishment, and breathing air on January 6th. Yep, he's guilty of the charge. He was alive. Guilty of being alive. What else do they got on him? Nothing. We all saw the videos. They were opening the door, the Capitol Police opening the door for the demonstrators, inviting him to come in. And they shoot that lady point blank range and kill her. I mean, we all saw it. They're saying, ignore your eyes, ignore your brain, listen to us. Oh, and we want to take away your guns while you're at it too. And they knew nobody had guns there at Capitol 6 riot. Come on, they went through metal detectors. It just takes 2 brain cells to rub together. But who's got 2 brain cells to rub together anymore? Obviously, anybody watching this does. I need not remind you that these claims, too, are controversial. They're steeped in political animosity and substantive evidence they lack. But focused on Trump and not the pressing issues America faces today under the Biden administration. Why would Biden want to talk about pressing issues? Why would he want to talk about his son Hunter? Hunter's business partner, for heaven's sake, just got done saying that Joe Biden himself was on the telephone 20 times, between 20 and 24 times, for what, $5-10 million or whatever they got paid. Millions of dollars they got paid to just give some access to Joe Biden, according to the New York Daily News, or was the New York Post, New York Sun, one of the New York papers. Certainly wasn't the New York Times. So it's critical in a democratic society to question, to debate, and to ensure the sanctity of our processes. Now, while we're on the subject, why has it taken 2.5 years to present these charges, and why right within a day of the polling numbers of Biden? Why within a day of the action, same day or a day later of the charges, the testimony from Devin, and the former business partner of Hunter Biden? They're getting desperate. Can anybody see this? You guys see it? Do you see it? This is the Opinions channel, and I'm not reporting this as news. I'm reporting it as opinion, because you can't blame me for having a false opinion. You can't say it's fake opinions. It's a real opinion, You guys report the fake news. We just report the real opinions. The indictment was announced right after a scandal tied to Biden, as we said. Is it mere coincidence, or, as a Trump person aptly put it, election interference? Oh no, if you say that, you get sued. My friend Chris Ruddy got sued, Fox News, over $1 billion, and they're paying the settlements, because anybody who dares to question the 2020 elections, to say that there was not 100% accurate, not one single vote taken away, they could get sued, and they're getting sued. And the precedent is they're winning those lawsuits, the bad guys. Unbelievable. Well, I can tell you right now, a person could come off the street, steal one vote, and know for a fact that the whole thing is rigged, because he knows he stole the vote. But if he dares to say that it wasn't completely accurate, then he could get kicked off of Facebook or YouTube or whatever. Or get a lawsuit by Smartmatics or whatever those companies are. So Trump has consistently abided by the law and the Constitution, of which we uphold, relying on the advice of his accomplished attorneys, and he continues to be the target of what can be seen as politically motivated witch hunts. But let me assure you, these attacks will not deter Donald Trump, the Teflon Don, as I call him. 3 years ago, when we were a nation on the rise, standing tall and proud, remember, but today, under the Biden administration, we're a nation in decline. And yet, they hope to tarnish the one man who promises to rectify the situation. They can't ruin it fast enough, and Trump's going to get in the way and try to make America great again. Oh, no, can't have that. This unprecedented political targeting, a.k.a. witch hunt, won't deter Trump, and I believe will serve only to solidify his position among his followers. Now, as we look forward, remember that this is more than just a political indictment against Trump. It's an indictment against every American. Anybody who questions the sanctity of our elections, anybody who stands for their beliefs, anybody who dares to support a leader who didn't fit the traditional mold. This is about the soul of our country, the soul of our democracy. And it's high time we question whether these indictments serve justice or political convenience. Let me ask you a question. Would you buy a used car from Hunter Biden or Joe Biden at this point? Or would you take a smile of Donald Trump and say, okay, I don't have to look under the hood. I believe you. You're the one I want being my chauffeur. I'm going to buy the car and let you drive this car. I wouldn't let Hunter or Joe Biden drive it at all. Are you kidding? So if we wouldn't let them drive our cars, why are we letting them drive our country? Anyway, I'm Jerry with the Opinions channel. Thank you for being here, and we'll keep you updated. Bye.